Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special and emotional video. R&B singer Ashanti is here to open up about the immense challenges and pain she faced during her first pregnancy. This is a side of Ashanti we don't often get to see, and she's bravely sharing her story in the hopes of helping other women who may be going through similar experiences. Get ready for an incredibly raw and vulnerable conversation. Let's jump right in. Thanks for having me here today. This isn't an easy topic for me to discuss, but I feel it's important to share my story, especially for any women out there who may be going through something similar. My first pregnancy was without a doubt the most difficult and painful experience of my life. There were moments where I didn't think I was going to make it through. From the very beginning, things were incredibly tough. The morning sickness was debilitating. I was throwing up multiple times a day, sometimes even through the night. I could barely keep any food or liquids down. I was constantly exhausted and felt so weak. On top of that, the hormonal changes had me feeling emotionally all over the place. I would go from being excited one minute to just completely broken down the next. It was a roller coaster, but the real nightmare started when I hit the second trimester. That's when the complications began. I started experiencing really severe abdominal pains that would come in intense waves. The doctors ran a bunch of tests but couldn't figure out the cause. They ended up putting me on strict bed rest, which was so frustrating because I just wanted to be able to live my life normally. The pain just kept getting worse and worse. There were times where I would literally be curled up in a ball, crying out in agony. It felt like someone was stabbing me over and over again. The contractions were so unbearable, I was begging the doctors for anything that could make it stop. But a lot of the pain medication they tried just wasn't effective. I was at my absolute limit, both physically and emotionally. Ashanti starts to get visibly emotional. I consider myself to be a pretty strong person. I've been through a lot in my life and career. But this pregnancy, it just broke me down in ways I never could have imagined. Voice cracking. There were so many times where I just didn't think I could keep going. The pain was relentless, it was consuming me. I would lay there and cry for hours, wondering if I was ever going to get relief. Pauses to collect herself. I'm sorry, it's still so fresh and painful to think about. Eventually, the doctors determined that the severe abdominal pain I was experiencing was being caused by placental abruption, a life-threatening condition where the placenta starts to separate from the uterine wall prematurely. They said the only way to stop the bleeding and contractions was to induce labor right away, even though I was only 35 weeks pregnant. It was terrifying, but I just wanted the suffering to end. So they rushed me into an emergency C-section. My baby girl came into the world weighing just 5 pounds. She was so tiny and fragile, they immediately whisked her away to the NICU since she was premature. I didn't even get to hold her right away. That was one of the hardest parts, being separated from my newborn when she needed me the most. I felt so helpless. The recovery process was brutal. I was in so much pain from the C-section, on top of still dealing with the after effects of the placental abruption. There were days where I could barely get out of bed. Emotionally, I was a wreck. The fear of almost losing my child, combined with the trauma of the whole experience, really took a huge toll. It was the darkest, most challenging time of my life. But I made it through. My baby girl is healthy and thriving now. And while the journey was unimaginably difficult, I'm sharing my story because I know there are other women out there going through similar pregnancies and deliveries. It's so important to know that you're not alone. Reach out for support, be gentle with yourself, and don't be afraid to advocate for your needs with the doctors. You are stronger than you know. Ashanti smiles. If I can make it through this, I know you can too. Stay encouraged, mamas. And that's Ashanti's powerful story. I'm so grateful she was willing to open up and share these deeply personal experiences with us. Pregnancy and childbirth can be incredibly difficult, even for the strongest of women. But Ashanti's resilience and message of hope is truly inspiring. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.